Hi, this is ShamanWeaver, Sheila Baker. Have you ever done anything over and over and over again until it's habituated? Until, let's use a really silly example. So you've been going to a certain restaurant or a certain drinking establishment. You walk in the door and they say, "Hey, I'll get your usual." And then that puts everything into play. They know exactly what to get you, exactly where you're going to sit, you know exactly what to expect. And all those knowing exactlys take some juice out of your life. When we're open to the outcome and not attached, then we have an opportunity to see things new and fresh. And let's say that you go to your usual establishment and your usual chef isn't there, or your usual bartender, or your usual server, or your usual whatever. And this particular day, you get something different, because even if it says this item on the menu, when a different chef comes on, they put their own flavor into it. And it comes and it's different than it was before. Not judging it as better or worse, it's just different. So then in that experience of not having the usual person do the usual thing, you get an opportunity to experience something completely new. And in that experiencing something completely new, the neural network in your brain that has gotten calcified from habituated response, habituated doing anything, driving the same way home, eating the same way, saying the same phrases over and over and over again, it gets a shift, and the calcification trembles, it shakes up, and it goes, whoa, I don't know what to expect. I don't recognize these streets. I don't recognize this flavor I have in my mouth. I don't recognize. And in that lack of recognition, what you'll find is oftentimes you're being given something new and exciting and different. So what happens to us when we get into new and exciting and different? Well, for a lot of us, it's completely unusual because it's not something we do. We don't drive home a different way from work every night. No, we've got the way, we know how to get there, it gets us there fast, and we know what to be expecting at the end of that. And so we do the same old, same old, same old. And that habituation, that usual, puts you into kind of like a trance where you're not really noticing what's going on in the world around you. You're, well, kind of on autopilot. And on autopilot and that habituation, there's nothing new, there's nothing refreshing, there's no new experience. You don't see different trees on the way home. You don't notice that so-and-so's got different plants in their yard. You don't notice that, geez, what was in that lot sitting there a couple of weeks ago isn't there anymore. You just don't notice. And we get into the habit of not noticing. And in the not noticing and the not being present and the all have the usual, we lose some of the joy of life, some of the fun. So maybe it takes you 10 minutes longer to get home going a different way. Maybe you notice something there that you would have never noticed before. And that when you get home, you go, you know, I noticed down the street, there's a school, they're having a bazaar this weekend. Let's go and support them. Or maybe you notice that a restaurant that you have been meaning to go to, never got there because you're having the meaning to, is no longer there. So that experience has been taken off of your plate. So my suggestion to you is that take the long way home. See what it is you can see as you're doing your drive a different way. Come out of the usual into a willingness to have an experience of something new. And see, just one day a week, try a different route and see if that one time doing something different out of 7 days makes a difference in your life. Notice what that difference is and begin to build on that. As you take new ways, you see more things, you might just find that part of your life expands into more joy. And rather than things being usual, things will become brighter, more lively, more awake, and you will too. So if you want to begin to use your intuition to do this and intuitively be guided to what pathway to take, because how awesome would that be, then I invite you to click on the link below and get my Deepen Your Intuition course. 7 amazing weeks, and you'll find yourself doing something unusual. Bliss.